In this video, I'm going to share with you my experience investing in my employee stock purchase program, why it was not the best decision, and why putting all your investments into a company is like not having a roster when you're dating. So if that's something that interests you, or you want to understand if you should invest in your company's ESPP, then definitely watch until the end of this video. So story time, when I was in my early 20s, I had my first big girl job. I was working a 9-to-5 at a tech company. A little background, this company when I joined had recently just gone IPO. Woo! So it was a great time to be there, and there was a lot of opportunity in terms of growth and stock options. I was starting to make money with my commission checks, and I knew that I should invest in stocks or invest in something instead of just spending it at happy hour. So I knew nothing about the stock market, and honestly, this is embarrassing, but I didn't want to take the time to learn because I was in my early 20s and I just wanted to go out clubbing. So I would just eavesdrop on what my colleagues in my team were doing, and I'll tell you why this was actually the worst decision that I made. So I decided that I was going to invest in our employee stock program. So for people that don't know what this is, ESPP, Employee Stock Purchase Program, basically allows you to buy shares of the company that you work for, but you get it at a discounted rate, about I think it's 13 or 15%, and the money is taken out of your paycheck before taxes. So I'm gonna say that again. It allows you to buy your company shares using your paycheck before taxes. So, when you look at it from the beginning, it sounds like a good idea because you're like, ooh, I'm getting something on sale. And on top of that, if your company's doing well, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is good. Let's just jump on the bandwagon, which is what I thought. That actually was not a good idea, so I'm gonna explain to you why. So the people that I took the advice from, I didn't really think that they had been at the company for a couple years before me, and that when they joined the company, they joined pre-IPO. So when you're pre-IPO, usually the amount of stock that you get is more, and also at the time, you could buy in at a cheaper rate. So at the end of the day, they were making more money off the stock than I was, but I didn't really think about that. The second thing that I made a mistake on was I put a pretty large percentage of my paycheck to get taken out for ESPP, and I didn't really think that at the time, even though I was making commission here and there, I was still working on an entry-level salary. So every time it got taken out, it was a bigger portion than I would have liked it to be. So things felt kind of tight here and there, and if you had a bad sales month, then it definitely felt very tight. So that wasn't great. And after you signed up for ESPP, you have to be locked in for 6 months. So I realized when I walked into this that it was not the best idea, and I couldn't make any changes to my ESPP for the next 6 months. So that wasn't great. Then on top of that, when you get really bad PR within your company, or something goes bad with a business launch, not saying that it did at the time, that really impacts your stocks. So when you think about it, if you're working at this company, you're relying on this company to pay for your life, right? Then all your savings that you decide to invest in, you're also putting back into the company. It's really risky. It's almost like when you're first dating, and you know how they always say you need a roster. It's basically you're deciding to go dating, nothing is official yet, but you've decided to put all of your investment and all of your time and all of your emotions onto this one guy, and you're hoping that this one guy is gonna decide to be your dude or get married to you and commit to you, which, that's a risk. You don't know if it's gonna happen. So do I regret being in the ESPP program? Yeah, I do. In fact, after this ended, I canceled the ESPP, and I ended up moving a lot of my money. I sold the stocks that I had within the company, and I ended up spreading it out to a couple different industries. So, I didn't have it all into one basket. I guess that's what they say on YouTube. I ended up making double the amount that I had in my portfolio within less than a year. I'm just doing that. So I highly recommend it, and I definitely hope this helps in terms of, learning what to do and not to do. If you guys want more examples of stock videos, then definitely comment below ESPP and give this video a thumbs up. So I definitely know that you liked it. I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.